Guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you how I highlight and contour and bake. I'm going to be using drugstore products and some high-end products, so there's a good mixture of products. It is going to be a talk-through video, so I'm sorry if it's a little bit longer, but I show you in depth how I highlight and contour. Now, I don't do this every single day that I apply makeup, but days that I want to go out and go to an event, a party, anytime I'm being photographed, this is what I do, and it is the best thing that I have found. The baking method has really saved me, especially because my concealer would always crease, but I'm going to show you everything. So if you guys want to see how I highlight and contour, then please keep watching. Hey guys, so we're going to get started. I'm going to start by putting down my highlighter first. Now, I do want to say that I already have my foundation on, and I went ahead and concealed right underneath my eyes. I feel like the biggest mistake I see people making when they're highlighting is they just go in with a super light highlighter without concealing the dark circles and the redness underneath the eyes. And the thing with concealers is it's really opaque, so it covers the dark areas and the redness. So if you go in with a product that's specifically for highlighting or brightening, it's really not as opaque, so you're going to see some of that come through, and it can tend to look gray, so we're going to avoid that. I went ahead and just concealed, and the concealer I used was the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. I think it was just like in the medium color, but I'm also going to be using a different shade but the same concealer to highlight with. I'm going to be using two products, so I will show you what I'm using as we're going through. But starting off with this product, this is the medium light shade, and this is in the neutral tone. I like to put this down before I put any products that have a lot of pink tones in it, just to kind of make it blend better. It looks more natural when I do it this way. If you have fair to light skin tone, you can go in with the brightener and you can kind of skip this step. But since my skin is darker, I like to go in and kind of mix those two products, just so it looks more natural and it doesn't look like it's stark white under there. We are trying to avoid that, so that's the whole reason I'm going in with these two products. And this is convenient because it comes with a little wand, so it's super easy to work with. So I'm just going to drag this down the side of my nose and right underneath my eyes. You want to put lighter shades where you want to bring areas forward, where the light naturally hits your face is where you typically want to put a lighter shade to highlight with. When you're contouring, you are trying to bring those areas back. Places that you want to look smaller is where you would put the contour. Also going down my nose and just the tip of my nose, my cupid's bow, the chin. Now, if you have a bigger forehead, I would not suggest highlighting a big portion of that area because it's going to make it appear larger than it is. If you have a smaller forehead, you can highlight a little bit more so the light hits that area and just makes it appear bigger. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm just going to go to like middle of the forehead and just apply a little bit right there. A little bit right above my eyebrows. This just makes the eyebrows look more lifted, so I like to put a little bit there. I'm going to go around my nose because I have a little bit of redness there, and then just a little bit right there. And then I'm going to go in to the side of my face, and I'm going to put it right there. This is right below where we are going to be placing the contour. We just want that area to be bright, and it really cleans up the contour as well. Alright, so those are all the places that you want to highlight this. Now, I did mention that we're going to go in with another product, and this one is by Maybelline. This is the Instant Age Rewind Eraser for Dark Circles, and this is just in the brightening shade. It comes like this. It has a little sponge applicator at the end, so it's also convenient to use. This is super pink on me, so like I said, if I went in and just used this, it would look too bright and not natural at all. So I'm just going to be applying a little bit over where we applied the neutral tone. I'm not going to go crazy with this. I mean, you still want it to blend well. So I'm just going to apply it right where we went over the neutral. Now we're going to go ahead and apply the contour. I am going to be using a foundation. I know some people like to use a concealer for that, but I feel like foundation for contouring just melts into the skin. It blends better. You don't see those harsh lines, which you're really trying to avoid. So I am going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte foundation. And I got this foundation because, of course, it's matte. I don't want any shimmer, anything like that. The color I got it in is Soft Sable. This color is a little bit warm toned. It's a warm toned brown because it is a foundation. But whenever we set everything with a powder, I will be going in with a cooler tone, just so it really will provide that shadow that we're looking for. So whenever I'm contouring, I want to go to the top of my ear, which is right there, and you can kind of feel where your cheekbones are. Like you can kind of see when you look, you can see like a little shadow right there, and we're just trying to enhance that. So you can always put your brush down and see, you can kind of feel where the bone is, and you want it to slant down, kind of go with the natural structure of your bone. Everybody's face is different, so you kind of have to feel around and see where your cheekbones are. Now I will say, I do not want to go all the way to the corner of my mouth. I don't feel like that looks natural. To me, it just doesn't even look proportionate. If you go all the way in, I'm going to be stopping at the middle of my cheeks, and I feel that, in my opinion, that looks the best. Again, you don't want to go in any higher than that, because again, that's not going to look proportionate to your face. It's going to make your cheekbones look too high, and we don't want that. We want that nice slant. So I'm just taking a little brush like that. You can use anything you want. You can use a sponge. You can apply it with your fingers. I just feel like this is the best way to apply it. So I'm just going to take a little bit on the end of my brush, and we're just going to go ahead and apply it. Less is more. You can always go back in, but it's so hard to blend this crap out if you apply too much. So again, top of my cheekbones. We're just going to go to the middle. Just like that. Now we're going to be contouring our forehead. Again, if you have a smaller forehead, I would not suggest contouring a lot. I'm just going to put a little bit just on the side, like the hairline. We're going to be contouring our jawbone. Now for your nose contour, I'm just going to be taking a little bit right on the side of my nose and going all the way down. Then I'm going to take a little bit and just apply it to my bottom lip. This will just make your lips look fuller. Alright, so now that we have all the products placed, we're going to go ahead and blend everything out. I am going to be blending out the highlighter first, and I'm going to go in with my Beauty Blender. I am going to be spraying a little bit of MAC Fix Plus on there. And I did go ahead and dampen the Beauty Blender as well. But I'm just going to blend everything out. You want to really press it into the skin without rubbing it in. You don't want to move this product anywhere. You really want it to stay where it's at, but you just want to press it into the skin, and it will literally melt into your skin and blend out beautifully. So you can already see that that side is blending out really nice. Alright, so now that we have majority of the highlighter blended out, we're going to go ahead and blend out the contour. I'm going to be using the Sigma F84. This is just an angled kabuki brush, and I'm going to spray some MAC Fix Plus and go ahead and blend all that out. What you want to remember is, especially with the cheek contour, you want to blend everything up. You don't want to bring any of that product down, because whenever you bring it up, it makes everything look lifted and nice. If you start to bring it down too much, your face is going to look droopy, and we do not want a droopy face. So just blend everything up and you should be good to go. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Alright, so I have everything blended out. Now, on this side, you can see that a little bit of that contour shade did get down below the area where I want it. So I am going to go in with a little bit of highlighter just to fix that. This is super easy to fix. You just apply a little bit of product right there. And again, I want my nose to be a little bit brighter, so I'm going to apply a little bit there too. And then just go in with the Beauty Blender and blend it out. Alright, so we are going to set everything. Where I apply the concealer, I am going to be baking right underneath my eyes and right along here just to clean up the contour. Baking is not a new technique that's been around for a long time, especially in the drag community and with makeup artists, but it's kind of newer to YouTube, and I discovered it, it's been probably about 6 months, and I absolutely love it. So the process of baking is applying a heavy amount of loose powder right underneath the eyes, and the heat of your body will naturally bake the concealer and the powder together, and then you leave it on for about 5 minutes and you just brush away the excess, and it leaves you with a really nice, flawless, smooth, matte finish right underneath there. 2 reasons why I love doing that is because it's super long lasting. It keeps your makeup looking fresh and new for hours on end, and the other reason I love doing it is because it keeps my concealer from creasing. Every time I do this, my concealer does not crease. It really, everything just stays in place and it looks flawless. So I'm going to show you how to do that. The powder I use is the Nye Banana powder. The reason I use this is because it has a yellow tone to it, and my skin naturally has a yellow undertone. So that's why I like to do that. If you have light skin, and then I would suggest using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I've heard that's good, or just any kind of translucent powder just to really brighten that area up. So I'm going to be going in with another sponge. This is the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge, and I'm just going to spray some Fix Plus. And I will say, I'm not going to be applying this powder too low, because I still want the area to look dewy and nice, and I don't want to take away from that since I am dry. So I'm going to be putting it right underneath my eyes where my concealer would naturally try to crease. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply it right here. This is really just going to clean up that contour. Alright, so now that we look super crazy, we are going to let that sit for about 5 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and contour. This is optional. Some people don't like to do this. I don't mind it, because since the powder is still on there, if a little bit drops down, it's still going to get swept away when I brush everything away. So my favorite product to contour with, the powder product, is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. This has been my tried and true. I've been using this for over a year and I still have not hit pan. So it comes with 3 shades. I use the Cool Tone Brown, which is right there. This is perfect if you want to really create that shadow there. If you're looking to bronze, I use that middle shade. So I'm going to be using that first shade, and I'm going to go in with the NARS Ita brush. Same way we applied that cream contour will be the same way you go in with this. I'm going to be focusing most of the product on the top of the cheekbones, and then I'm just going to blend it down and up. Alright, so for my temples, I'm just going to go ahead and bronze. I'm just using a round brush like that. It's really dense, and I'm going to go in with that middle shade and just bronze up my face. And now for my nose, I'm going to go back in with the NARS Ita and that first cool tone shade, and I'm just going to contour my nose. Okay, so now that everything is contoured, I'm going to brush away the excess powder. Just going to go in a circular motion and blend everything out. Okay, so you guys can see how the under eyes look. It almost looks like doll-like. It looks super matte and it just looks flawless. So it does tend to look a little bit chalky when you first apply it, so I will be showing you how to fix that in a second. But, you know, as time goes on, it's still going to really melt into your skin, so don't be alarmed if you look at it and it looks a little bit chalky. We will set everything with a setting spray in just a second. But I'm going to go ahead and highlight my cheekbones, and I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Hollywood Boulevard. I've used this so many times, and this is my favorite drugstore highlighter, and it's so affordable. It's like $5. And I'm going to go in with the Morphe M504. Yeah, M504 brush, and I'm just going to take a little bit, and I'm just going to be applying it to the tops of my cheekbones and bringing it around to the top of my eyebrows. Alright, I'm also going to take a little bit of that highlighter and just put it on the tip of my nose. And a little bit on the bridge of my nose. And those are all the places that I highlight. So this is what it looks like so far. We are going to set everything with MAC Fix Plus. This is the best setting spray I've found in a really long time. It really just melts all the powders that you put on your face into your skin. It doesn't look cakey, anything like that. If you apply foundation or any kind of powder and you feel like you're looking a little bit cakey, go ahead and spray a generous amount of this on, and it really takes away that look. So anytime I bake, I'm always sure to set my makeup with this, just because it takes away that initial chalkiness of the under eyes. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Alright, so I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to go ahead and apply some blush and just finish up my eye makeup and some lipstick, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so this is my final look. I really hope you guys liked this video, found it to be helpful. I'm so sorry that it's longer than my usual videos. I really like the way it turned out. I will be listing all the products down below. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. I will see you guys very soon. Bye guys.